A little nervous, not gonna lie. A little nervous.
Here we go again. There we go. Alright. It's raining ashes. Preparations first, my guy. Can't drive without this. Oh my god. Alright, we're in Santa Rosa right now. You probably can't hear because I have this up. But most of northern Santa Rosa is on fire right now. We came to the shop to hold down our warehouse. We're going to drive around, see if anyone's around, what shops are open, people need water, we brought some water. And thought it'd be fun to drive around in the Miata with the top down while it was raining ashes. Right? Who's that there?
Free Dutch Bros, it ain't a bad day.
Right? I agree.
Yeah, she just said, hey, we can't make your espresso because our espresso machines are down, but let me make you a better coffee. I asked her to pay, and she said, nah, we got you. That's the love.
Right?
That's the love. That's
the best kind of people.
Go.
Ford Explorers just cannot be trusted anymore. There's still fire going. Where's that? Straight across. Really? Oh shit. Way up there. Look,
is that still burning?
Yeah.
Is that the hotel?
That's one of them. That's what it was. It was a hotel. You can see where I got the freeway too, dude.
Wow, bro. Yeah, still fires going on. Oh, fuck. Damn. Oh, the 66. Oh my god.
Oh,
then look at that bug.
That's a gas line, dude.
What?
There's a gas.
Oh. Hopefully someone restores that. That body still looks fairly straight.
You want to get out and walk around?
Yeah.
Let's walk.
No, I need my phone. Hey, Rocco.
Yeah, the brake booster is still cool. The fuses aren't. Wow. You can rip the cars apart with your hands.
This is
Dude, look at the glass. Look how it melted. Is this thing still cooling down? No, it's cold. That's insane. Look, it just froze to the side right here. Looks like they locked their trunk.
Or
thank God that they kept it. Look, the paint survived. And so did his license plate.
I bet you it still runs. It's a 350.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, why on a God? Say no.
Well, I bet you the block's still fine.
That's like the cleanest frame we're gonna find.
Those rims are kind of legit now.
Do you really want that anodized copper look? The wrong time to come to California, motherfucker.
Damn.
Those rims all still look okay. Which ones? Oh, dude, all the chicken. Nope, no. Nope, no.
What the f...
Is that a hunk of aluminum? Yeah. We should have came out with a pickup truck. This is good for scrap. And that looks really fucking cool too. That's a nice smoker.
It is.
That is a very nice smoker. On a trailer and everything.
So by now, maybe you know me as Rocco, some random dude on a screen. Maybe you don't know Jordan. We're the founders of Blume and the First International Church of Vapor. Just to speak on for a second about what you kind of saw in this video, that was literally the day of that everything had happened. No one knew the extent of which this was going to be, the annihilation that our county dealt with. Not only our county, but the surrounding counties. No one knew how long it was going to go on for. We had not a clue, but this went on for over a month, that the fires kept going. And evacuation zones were changing left and right. So I think you got a good idea that it was relatively serious. Some of us didn't know that it was that serious. After the second or third day, when everyone started to have a screw loose a little bit, everyone was kind of getting a little frazzled.
Everyone was breaking down after a while.
We just jumped in and did everything that we could, and we can't show you guys footage of that because we had to be respectful and not actually go out and shove a camera in these faces, but
There's a lot of privacy being breached already, and us walking around with a camera probably wouldn't have helped any situations.
Yeah, a lot of these evacuation camps were overflowing. There was a lot of corruption and bad things going on, a lot of beautiful things going on at the same time, and I'm very proud of our county and how we all banded together, and a lot of the government agencies that came out to try and deal with or assist. I think this was kind of like more or less their first rodeo because they hadn't had to help with disaster relief in an area where so many people actually wanted to help each other.
Yes, yeah, it seemed like Red Cross was kind of stepping in and almost felt like a third world kind of help. Only a lot of people around here already had kind of their lives set up in a specific way, and you know, the Red Cross doesn't help them get back to that sort of way.
I mean, let me put it this way. Some people were trying to stop others from helping themselves. And not in a way of stealing things, but in a way of like, this is my neighbor whose house burnt down. And you're trying to say I can't come in and give him a blanket. You're trying to say I can't come in and offer medical assistance to them because you're worried that whoever's donating their services are going to have their products or their time stolen or they're going to be taken advantage of. Half the people in our community were more than willing to shoot themselves in their own foot if it meant helping those around them. And that's what I think we're most thankful for. But with that being said, that is the reason why a lot of these upcoming videos may not necessarily have the most humble tone to them, or you might think that we're having too much fun. Like I said, we just didn't know how bad this really was going to be. We converted our warehouse into our manufacturing warehouse into a distribution hub for all these different evacuation centers, because we saw right away that the flaw was no one could communicate with each other, because everyone was sprinting around and doing this, but there was no direct way. So what we did is we just went out and we connected them, and we got people what they needed, and a million other people did it, and we're so thankful. Thank you to all the first responders, thank you to all the firefighters, thank you to all the counties that sent out sheriffs, police to help with enforcement. Like, it could have been a hell of a lot worse.
Yeah, we didn't see anything that was going to happen. In the first week, it didn't. It's hard to realize like what it could have been in the first week, because it was so different and it was so traumatizing.
So
for a lot of people.
you also saw the first video. In the first video, you know, we kind of cut from flashing of the angle grinder on my race car to us being out in the middle of Coffee Park. Literally, we left the warehouse that night at 12:30 at night, or in the morning, technically, right? And I left my car here because I was a little inebriated, and Jordan drove, and we were headed to Healdsburg, and we get out on the road, and it just is like gridlocked, and we're like, whoa, it kind of looks like a riot mixed with an apocalypse, kind of like a bomb went off, like what's going on? And so we're like, all right, we'll take the back roads to get up to Healdsburg, because that's where our home is. And I get a call from my ex-girlfriend at the time being like, oh my God, my apartment complex is on fire, and we're on the way. And I'm like, are you okay? Do you need, like, what's up? She's like, I'm figuring it out, blah, 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 blah. All right. And then immediately after that, I got a call from another person who's a coil builder, works in the warehouse, does a bunch of stuff with us. And he's like, yo, Rocco, like, I'm worried. Where are you? Your car is parked at the warehouse, and you're not here. I got mandatory evac. And this guy lives 3 blocks down.
He was a neighbor.
He's literally like a neighbor as well as family and coworker, and he calls me, he's like, dude, you gotta come get your car's gonna burn. So that happened at like 1:30 in the morning when we're in Healdsburg, and I'm like, I'm just gonna say, you can bleep that as long as you want. We come back in here, and that was our lives. Like, I didn't wanna leave. You know, it wasn't just grab your car, it was, all right, strap up, grab your shit, grab the water, grab a hose, grab the face masks, make sure embers aren't coming down, make sure people aren't looting other things, because that was a legitimate fear. It was really crazy and hectic for a while, and you didn't know what was going on.
And it was so hard to sleep, because it felt like every second that you weren't awake, you weren't paying attention.
You could have been doing something.
Or shit could have been on fire, and you could have been out.
Yeah, no, people... We had like 10 people sleeping at our warehouse from time to time, and my mom was so kind as to open up her home for people who were evacuated out of the hospitals. Like the night of, my mom calls me and she was so worried, she's like, he's going back into the fire. I'm like, Mom, this is just what I gotta do. We're a bunch of young kids. We weren't ready for it, but I think that we were. A lot of people are traumatized and still dealing with this. And the battle's going to go on for months and years, to be honest, before we actually rebuild. And the lasting impact it's had on people's emotional state and mental stability and how they look at the world. There's both sides to each coin, you know. Now people are really thankful for what they have, and thankful for how they've seen their community, and thankful for all the people that have helped them, and they feel a lot closer. But we're at over $1 billion deficit in our county alone. And a lot of messed up things happen to a lot of really good people. But that is a short version of a long story. Thank you guys so much for being a part of us, what we're doing, believing in us. Even if you don't believe in us, thank you for being you. I hope you enjoy the videos. We hope you enjoy the videos. We're going to do our best to keep the content rolling. We got our master, Nikaya. We gave him a little shout out on the first video. He's the one behind the camera right now. But we're going to keep cranking this out. We're going to keep being us.
Continue to check out our YouTube channel. YouTube will be in the link if it's not already on YouTube. We're going to be posting this on multiple platforms. So if you don't want to, if you're watching it from Instagram or anything like that, make sure to check out the link below and definitely get to our channel. We're doing fun stuff. We're doing cool stuff. We're going to, we'll do whatever you want to do as long as it's interesting.
We like to lead very interesting lives. I've daily driven a slut bucket drift missile for the past 2 years, and I just now got a daily. It's not a daily. You're gonna see it go sideways down places it's not supposed to go down sideways on. We have a couple drift events coming up.
We just expanded our warehouse. You can see it's a whole lot of nothing in here, but it's about to be something quite beautiful.
So stay beautiful with us.
Stay golden, pony boy.